Hello and welcome to the Robot VARNAC Making Things video. Today we're going to show you how to make a shelving unit from old corner protectors that you might have received with your packing materials for a large appliance. So instead of throwing those corner protectors away, we're going to show you how to make a usable shelving unit for them. And of course, since they're made of cardboard, you can't really make them very expected to hold very much weight, but it might be good for like a kid's room or something like that, where they'll probably smash it anyway, and then it won't be so much of a loss when it falls apart. So let's get started. First thing you do is make sure all of your pieces are the same length. So you can just line them all up together like so, and line them up so you know they're all the same length. And then you choose one to be your reference point. And get a trusty pencil. So to make this small example, I'm going to cut this piece of wood up into 4 pieces. So the shelf is going to have 4 pieces. 4 shelves, that's right, 4 shelves. So get your measuring stick out. And of course it's from a foreign country, so it's made in meters. So get your trusty meter stick out. And it's 95 centimeters long, folks, 95 centimeters long. So I'm going to put, and if you want, say, a space on the bottom, so you don't want to put the lower shelf at the very bottom. So I'm going to say, I'm going to start, let's see, 5 inches from the bottom. And that leaves how many inches left? So 32. So 32 inches. Divided by 4 shelves is 8 inches. So every 8 inches there will be a shelf after you take your final measurement. And the top shelf, so at the top shelf you want to make sure, so allow for the thickness of the material. So you want to center your hole in the middle there for the top shelf to allow for the thickness of the material, and the lower ones like that. So once you got your reference piece in place, you can just go ahead and transfer the measurements. Well, yes, folks, why throw these out or burn them in the wood stove when you can make something useful and practical out of them? You're only limited by your imagination. So continue making the reference points. And of course that's, well, the last one. That's the last one. Even if it doesn't turn out very well, it's going to be a back alley shelving unit, folks. So we'll call it a back alley shelving unit. So Now that you transferred the angles, you want to line up the other side. So you put 2 screws in. Now let's do 1 screw in each corner. But you get the idea. You could reverse your parts and make the screws on the other side. But I'm only going to use 1 screw per corner to keep it simple, folks. So now you got your corner there. Go ahead and make an even mark so where you're going to drill your holes. Just hold your pencil like that and make the line like that. This will be the bottom, remember, that's going to be the bottom. Since it's only cardboard, you want to get the screw in the center as possible, so you keep the screw in the center when you drill the hole out there. And of course, since you can't really countersink holes in cardboard, I suggest using pan head screws. So if people will give it a more neater appearance with pan head screws than regular countersunk screws. A great way to find the center of the piece of wood there is to use a center finding ruler. This is a ruler that has the 0 in the center, so you put your ruler up there and you put it there, so when the same measurements come on each side, that means it's centered. And in my case, I'm going to put the 0 there for sawing. And you could actually do the same thing on the other side there. Close enough. Even if it's off by a little amount, you can always run it through the saw again and cut the air off and make it square. So now it's time to attach the shelves to the uprights. So the easiest way to do that is make sure the screws will fit into the holes that you drilled. And since you're going into particle board, you don't want to strip the threads in the particle boards. And since the particle board is so flimsy, you just want to put enough, make it strong enough to hold the screw in place. Like I said before, you're not going to be putting too much weight on this thing. And there's a shelf. Of course, if you want to make it more long lasting, you can put some glue in there, and that'll help hold it together too. And of course, since you're screwing into particle board, it's not a good idea to use a power driver because it'll immediately strip the threads in the particle board and ruin the project. Because once you get one part done, the other parts will be go into place pretty fast. And of course, make sure you're lining up the shelves right. If they're more rectangular than square, you want them to fit together properly. And there you got one part done. So now you can put the other part on there like so. I'd also like to take this time to remind everybody that that's public domain music playing back there, so it's not, it's from the public domain website, so it's public domain. And of course, since it's so floppy, you can just bend the pieces in position. Of course, you could drill the holes carefully so you could have the screws on the sides, for example, so they're more hidden, or you could put them right up front so for all to see as well. It's all up to you. And of course, this is for example purposes, because when it's done, you'll see that it's kind of hard to get your hand in there to put stuff on the shelf, and shelving unit's not very useful if you can't put things on or off the shelves. But like I said, this is for demonstration purposes only. If you actually decide to build this crazy thing, that's up to you. Oh, and there it is. You can actually see how it works. It actually holds a good amount of weight. I suppose if you were to treat the legs with some kind of a sealer or paint or something to help the cardboard be more long-term and stable, it would actually work pretty well. So next time you get a large appliance and you have these corner reinforcers, you could do something else with them instead of throwing them away. Of course, if you don't want to build anything with them, you could probably use them for kindling in your wood stove. I guess that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, share your comments. Was this project useful to you? Do you find it useful or anything? And everyone always says to ring the bell, so make sure you like and subscribe and sign up so you get more Robot VARNAC videos. So that's the end for now. Let me know what you think. See you later.